久しぶりに見た。その目気に入ったよ。ドキドキする。さあおいで。君を味合わせて。今から君は僕のダーリンだ。
Darling in the Franxx is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime anime. Rarely do you see original stories do so well in the mainstream and gain so much popularity, such as the case with DITF. I've talked about Darling in the Franxx before on my channel, in a video titled The Moment Where Darling in the Franxx Fell Apart, which, looking back on it, wasn't one of my best works, but I'm still very much fascinated on the entire inner and outer workings of the show. One aspect that caught my attention more than anything else, however, was the score. The soundtrack, which was composed by Asami Tachibana, is nothing short, in my eyes, of a masterpiece. From beginning to end, you are met with an enormous array of genres and noises that somehow fit together perfectly. I won't be covering every individual song within the show, but I just want to highlight some key ones that I think really improve the quality of the anime as a whole. Take for example the first song off the OST, Cage. Notice how it starts off with a soft electronic arpeggio, accompanied by a light piano. The build-up occurs until the percussion is mixed in, leaving a singular string to carry the melody, until it fades as the lyrics begin. You'll notice that many of the songs throughout the OST use two instruments that are heavily relied upon, piano and strings. This is because the tonation of either of these instruments can flip on a dime. It's very easy to tell the atmosphere of a scene listening to these instruments rather than others. If we follow the OST in order, we are then taken to Vanquish, one of my personal favorites. A complete change in tone where the atmosphere is dark and lonely. The vocals begin almost angelic, like a piercing light, but as it progresses further, it turns into an almost battle-like song. The drum beats mimic that of a marching army, and if we take a closer look at the lyrics, we learn that these are the lyrics coming from inside the mind of 02. This song appears at the end of episode 1 and foreshadows clues for the rest of the series. I didn't catch this at first during my first or even second watch through of the show, but it was finally pointed out to me, and when I realized it, I was amazed how subtle yet powerful this song became. It is brilliantly crafted to let those who pay attention know what is to come. Skipping forward a bit to Odor, it begins as an all-out electric maniac. It's trying to simulate the feeling of suspense, like something is rumbling or stirring that's awakened and we aren't aware of it. My favorite part is the trickling high-pitched noises at the end of the piece that just make your skin crawl. It's short, but very subtle, and does its job well to make you feel uneasy. The next song I want to highlight is titled Dino S. The best way to describe this piece is simply boss music. This is what you hear in a video game when you're going up against a giant, colossal beast, and you know you're going to have a hard time bringing it down. The brass tones uplift this gigantic type of feeling. Both this song and Beast feel very similar, although they bring it out in different ways. Counterattack brings the feeling of exactly what it implies. The heroes have a chance to stop the villains. It's fast-paced and suspenseful. Your ears are immediately bombarded by these powerful drums that heighten your senses. Mixed in again is the use of heroic-sounding strings that are raising the stakes higher and higher. But what I especially love about this song is the use of the wailing guitar mixed throughout it. It's something that you wouldn't think feels right, but it works its way in so well. Eventually, we move on to a song of triumph, which is Reversal. Notice again how heavy the strings are portrayed within this song. They are the main driving force. Although yes, there is some guitar and brass to back them up, the strings carry on the rhythm and give you a sense of pride and accomplishment, like how the heroes have won the day. This happy feeling doesn't last long, however. When we move into the song Dystopia, we are again back at this sensation of cold and loneliness. The piano here walks up and down a line of strikingly somber notes that only leave you feeling more worrisome. That, coupled with the sound of jittery strings, only enhances the piece even further. Moving on, we get a taste of more lighthearted tracks in the album, which are aimed more for conversations between characters, as seen in songs like Nuance and Clarity. They seem more relaxed and foolish due to the nature of who they're backing, the FranXX children. We eventually make our way to Victoria. This is the song that sits at the end of CD 1, because it complements that of the final battle during episode 15, where the children get rid of the Klaxosaurs within the plantation. It has a lot of similar themes to that of Reversal, where the strings take a very prominent and elegant role. This is where CD 1 ends. In total, there are 3 CDs for the completion of the original soundtrack. This video would be way too long if I were to cover every single CD, plus I think you get the picture from listening to a lot of the samples for CD 1. If you do, however, want to listen to the entire 2-hour and 45-minute soundtrack, I'll link it down in the description. Now, we're going to be moving on to the opening and ending themes. The opening and ending themes of Darling in the FranXX are some of the best parts of the soundtrack. Each one sounds completely different from the others, which is extremely rare to find in current anime. Along with that aspect, there are also 6 different ending themes for the show. Yes, 6. A single 24-episode season having 6 ending themes is almost unheard of. In fact, I don't even know if there is a single show out there that has this many ending themes in just one season. Sure, most 20-plus episode anime seasons usually have like 2 endings, but 6 is absolutely insane. Somehow, Asami Tachibana pulled it off, and did a damn good job with it too. To start things off, we have Kiss of Death. If you're even the slightest bit attentive to anime during 2018, you would have heard this song. And for good reason too, it's amazing. It even won the Best Opening Sequence award during the 2019 Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Kiss of Death is something very special. It's the only opening theme for the series and closes on only episode 15. It only changes slightly from episode 16 onwards due to the new arc beginning. There is a new animation sequence, and they use the second verse instead of the first. It is performed by the very talented Mika Nakashima. The song greatly resembles the thoughts Zero Two has about Hiro, and how her loving him is basically the kiss of death. It's forbidden. She wants to be with him, but it's impossible. I really do love this song. When I first heard it, I was watching the anime and I was blown away by how powerful the chorus was. One of my favorite opening themes of all time.
When your lips taste the kiss of death. Darin will make us get down and see you.
And now we move on to the ending themes. I'll talk about each one in their order of appearance. Another unique aspect of Darling in the FranXX is not only do they have so many cool ending themes, but they're all also performed by the same group, FranXX, which is a J-pop group formed by the voice actresses of the female cast. Coincidentally, they're all also written, composed, and arranged by the same person, Katsuhiko Sugiyama. What I'm most impressed with is how consistent each of the ending themes are with quality. Each one raises the bar for the next to reach. They're all unique and distinct and do a great job at wrapping up each episode. First up, we have Toriko. This was the ending theme played for episodes 1 through 6. It has an explosive start with triumphant strings, which lulls into a guitar-strummed verses, until it lifts itself back up into an all-out catchy pop chorus. This was a great first ending for the show, and I was thoroughly impressed when I first heard it. For only episode 7, Manatsu no Tsetsuna is the ending theme. It begins with a male voice a cappella, which quickly transforms into another great J-pop tune to jam out to. You can still faintly hear the male harmonization during the chorus, which I think is pretty cool. For the next string of episodes, we have Beautiful World. This is the theme for episodes 9 through 12 and 14. Immediately, you are met with a blasting guitar, which quickly evens out to a more mellow and calming sound. As always, piano and strings are very present within the song. It does a great job at combining a bunch of different feelings together and wraps it up all into one nice package. For only episode 13, we have Hitori. This is probably one of, if not the most beautiful songs in the series. I'm not an emotional guy. I literally cannot remember the last time I cried. But this got me very, very close when I first watched it. The music with the visuals was just an all-around emotional roller coaster. This is the only theme performed by one person from XXme, and that's 02's voice actress, Haruka Tomatsu. It begins with a xylophone silently playing until it's greeted by a soft acoustic guitar, which accompanies it throughout the first verse. It's basically a love song dedicated from 02 to Hiro. It was perfectly executed for episode 13, and I was blown away by how much I loved it. Moving on, we have my personal favorite theme, Escape. I love everything about this song. From beginning to end, it implements everything perfectly. It starts off with a repeating pattern, moving up and down the piano, before a fast-paced drum beat mixes in with it to explode into an anthemic chorus. The feeling this song gives thoroughly reflects the theme of these episodes. The kids have to escape, and although things look grim, there's still hope, and they will hang on to that prospective feeling. This is easily my favorite out of all of them. It is excellent in every single aspect. Coming down to the final one, we have Darling. You can already tell from the moment this song begins, it's a wrap-up. To put it bluntly, it's the most ending theme sounding ending theme. The music is joyful, but resonates a feeling of closure and completion, which in all fairness, it's what it's supposed to portray. This is the final ED that is used in episodes 21, 22, and 23. Episode 24 ends with no ending theme, so this is the final major song that we hear. It puts the final nail in the coffin for Darling and the FranXX. The harmonization and overall happy tune can't help but put you in a good mood. And that's it. Obviously, there's still so much more I could have talked about, but this video would be hours long. My main goal was to just showcase and highlight some of the unique songs and brilliant sound design I heard within the anime. If you ever watch or rewatch Darling and the FranXX, pay close attention to some of the subtle details the music adds to the animation. Do other soundtracks go above and beyond when it comes to adding towards their respective anime? Absolutely. No one's denying that. Not even me. But I think the score within Darin and the FranXX does it better than anyone else. There is no OST that I've heard that has as much diversity, genre bending, and innovation as Darling and the FranXX. It truly is a masterpiece. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like and a comment, along with sharing it with someone who also might enjoy it. If you want to see more content similar to this, make sure to subscribe and stay up to date with all my videos. That's it for me, but until then, I'll see you all next time.